Buckle up. Hey, Giants fans, I hope you're having a wonderful day today. If you love the Giants and you're not subscribed, be sure to subscribe. We're on the road to 3,000 subscribers, so if you can help us get there, that would be an absolute blessing. So first things first, the New York Jets have officially released Aaron Rodgers. So he is officially a free agent, which means he could finally make a decision between the New York Giants, the Steelers, and the Vikings. But according to reports, it's really down to the Steelers and the Giants. Aaron Rodgers' situation with the Giants is not about money, by the way, according to Jordan Rannon. The Giants are just waiting for a decision. They offered him plenty of money, and a decision is expected to come today, especially after the Jets officially released him. So, my question to you is this: what is taking so long? If you want to come to the Giants and the money is there and the money is right, there's no more negotiating. If you want to go to the Steelers, be a Steeler. If you want to go to the Giants, be a Giant. And Adam Schefter confirmed on ESPN that the Giants are indeed waiting on Rodgers. They are also interested in Russell Wilson as well, but Wilson has other suitors, not just the Giants. Since we're talking about Russell Wilson now, Russell Wilson is scheduled to fly tonight to Cleveland to visit with the Browns on Thursday before being scheduled to fly to New York on Thursday night to visit Friday with the Giants. Very interesting. Now back to Rodgers. I think that Aaron Rodgers is using the New York Giants as leverage. I'm sorry. I want Rodgers on this team. I think it would be a very good pickup for the Giants. I think it makes the most sense. I really do. For Joe Shane to save his job, if we do get a quarterback in this draft, they could sit behind Rodgers and learn from Rodgers for a season. I'm totally behind that. But if the money is there, and not an issue for Rodgers, and he hasn't come to some sort of a solution now, is it because maybe the Jets haven't cut him? They did not cut him until now? Potentially, yeah, maybe. Maybe, and then now he could finally make a decision. But in my opinion, I think, as much as it pains me to say, he could have potentially used the Giants as leverage to jack up the price with the Steelers. Now, we all know the Steelers went out and traded for DK Metcalf. So now on top of that, imagine getting Aaron Rodgers, who had a really solid season last year, 28 touchdowns, 11 interceptions, a hair under 3,900 pass yards. Coming off of a catastrophic injury, Rodgers had a very good season last year with the New York Jets. So now if he goes on a competent team like the Steelers, I think it makes all the sense in the world for them. As for the Giants, there's a report as well that Rodgers went to the Giants. The Giants did not go to Rodgers. So there is that, but I'm just a little confused as to why it's taking so long then for him to just come up with a decision. Because the Jets allowed Rodgers' representatives to go out and negotiate with other teams, and that's what happened. So I would assume if that's allowed to happen, that Rodgers could make a decision on where he's going post a New York Jets cut. Well, the Jets officially released Aaron Rodgers. So if Rodgers ends up going to Pittsburgh, where do the Giants go from here? How about Russell Wilson? Last offseason, the Giants were supposedly in on Wilson, but they kind of offered him a not so great deal to basically back up Daniel Jones. Now, that might put a sour taste in Russell Wilson's mouth. And if I'm Russell Wilson, I'd rather go anywhere else but the New York Giants. Just for the simple fact that you disrespected me last offseason. So if I'm Wilson, I would not even come here. So if the Giants strike out on Rodgers, they already struck out on Matthew Stafford, which they offered him plenty of money, more money than what the Rams offered Stafford. They offered him plenty of money, and that was their plan A. That didn't go through. He stayed with the Rams. Rodgers is their plan B. If plan B doesn't work out, and if plan C says, see you later, I don't want to be here, I don't want to go to you, then what do you do? Jacoby Brissett is gone. He's signed. Joe Flacco? I guess you could, but then it's not going to mean anything. No offense, but bringing in Joe Flacco, this isn't Joe Flacco even of 2 years ago with Cleveland. It is what it is, but I don't think Joe Flacco is the guy. I'd rather go with Jameis Winston. He's more exciting. He's more exciting. He'd be more fun to watch in press conferences, honestly. Do you trade up to 1? There's a bunch of talk that the Giants will trade up to 1. In fact, there's a sports gambling site that's basically predicting the New York Giants to pick 1 in the draft. And if they do, they're going to get Cam Ward. They love Cam Ward. They're going to go, if they go up to 1, it's going to be for Cam. Not Sanders. It's going to be for Cam. But in trading for the number 1 overall pick, it's going to be even more of a haul than it was before, because the Titans know that, hey, you lost out on Rodgers, you lost out on Wilson. We want a king's ransom even more so than we did before. That's where it gets a little, I don't want to say scary, but a little nerve-wracking here. Are the Giants going to have to give up next year's first-round draft pick, which could very well be a top 5 pick in the draft? Are they going to do that just to jump to 1, jump up 2 spots, and go and grab Cam Ward? Ward will not go past Cleveland, I'll tell you that. Cleveland will most certainly go, after re-signing Myles Garrett to that monster extension, $40 million per, after bringing him back, they probably promised him, hey, a quarterback of the future. So Ward will not go past Cleveland. In fact, I don't think Shador will go past Cleveland either. I think we're going to end up seeing if the Titans keep their pick, they're going Ward. Cleveland's going to go Shador. And the Giants, then what? You're not taking Jackson Dart with the 3rd pick overall. You can kiss my butt. That's not happening. If you love Dart that much, try and trade back into the 1st round later on. Please do not spend the 3rd overall pick on Jackson Dart. I don't think they should spend the 3rd overall pick on Sanders either, but I would rather them spend the 3rd overall pick on Sanders than on Dart. So please, do not spend the 3rd overall pick on Dart. Do not spend the 3rd overall pick on Sanders. I would just go out and draft Travis Hunter at that point, if available at 3, which he would be if Ward goes 1 and even Sanders goes 2. Obviously, Hunter's there. Just go grab him. Draft somebody in the 2nd round if you want a QB. Go draft someone in the 2nd round. Don't even care who it is at that point. Jackson Dart, Milroe, whoever. It's going to be interesting to see what the Giants do because, as I said, if they miss out on Rodgers, the price to move up to 1 is going to be astronomical. It's going to be more than it was before because the Titans know the Giants are desperate. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Take care.